When I was a little boy, I remember watching Star Trek and thinking that that's what I wanted to do when I grew up. Of course, when I actually did grow up, that's not a reality that we can actually do. However, given a lot of different factors, we may have to start getting serious about space travel a lot sooner than we thought we would. This graph represents the global population throughout history. This green line represents the current year. And this purple line represents estimations of the global population provided by the United Nations. Now, scientists say that Earth's capacity for carrying humans is about 10 billion, which is represented by that red line. Once we cross that red line, it's going to be a huge mess. We're going to have like food shortages and water shortages. Basically, every resource that is essential to life will be scarce and hard to find, and it will be a giant disaster. Sorry. However, if that isn't our undoing, global warming probably will be. According to the NRDC, all but one of the 16 hottest years in their year record occurred after the year 2000. And according to this graph, which could be found on the New York Times website, 2016 was the hottest year on record. One such scientist, oh sorry. 16 hottest year. In fact, a 2015 study showed that a lot of vertebrate species like fish and mammals and such are disappearing at a rate of 114 times faster than they should be. That's ridiculous. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does any of this have to do with space travel? And it's a very good question. I like to think that humans will figure out their stuff, but sadly, I don't think that'll be the case. And if we are unwilling to change our ways, then we need to spread out. We need to find a way to colonize other worlds. Thankfully, to that end, a company called SpaceX, I'm sure you've all heard of it, is making that effort. And they say that they will probably have a colony on Mars by the year 2030. However, they've been intentionally vague about their deadlines. The company's CEO, Elon Musk, recently gave a whole outline of his plan at the Aeronautical Space Conference in Mexico. One of the biggest breakthroughs in space travel technology is the Falcon 9. It's a rocket thruster that, unlike many of the other rocket thrusters that was used before it, can be reused. It uses after it detaches from the spacecraft and pushes it through the atmosphere, it goes down, it lands on a little platform in the middle of the ocean. It becomes drone-like. As you can see here, they made a successful test run, and the Falcon 9 successfully detached from the aircraft, came down, and landed on the platform without a problem. This is a huge breakthrough in space technology because one of the reasons that NASA was such a funding black hole was because of the fact that every time they had to go somewhere, they had to basically build a brand new rocket from scratch. With this technology, Elon Musk says that they could reuse rocket thrusters indefinitely, which is a huge leap. Another technology that could be used for, that could help speed up space travel is artificial gravity. There's a lot of different theories as to how it could be accomplished. However, one of the most popular ones is centripetal force. It's most widely, you've probably seen it in the movie Martian. As you can, it involves rotating a circular object around an axis, and because in space, this simply pushes the person onto there, creating a sense of gravity when there actually is none. As you can see here, this is a screenshot from the movie The Martian, and as you can see, it's rotating on its axis, allowing this man to stay here. Now, I am aware that this is just a movie. However, it is a very good visual representation of a real scientific principle. Now, what I'm trying to get at is that we may not actually figure our stuff out. We might succumb to global overpopulation or global warming. What we need to do is we need to start funding projects such for space travel and planet colonization. Otherwise, the human race might not have very long. And we need to start caring a lot more than we do. Thank you.